Good morning. Please get comfortable and ready for this lesson. Make sure you have set up all the required bindings for your controls as described in the mission briefing. To view the mission briefing, press left Alt Bravo. Be advised that the default bindings will appear only in the readback on the right side of your screen. For brevity and clarity, I will not speak them to you. Press Fire Weapon when you are ready to begin. You have entered your Hawk in a cold and dark state. Let's start waking it up. Since the A-10 is a low complexity plane, starting it up is a simple process, and we have some time to add airfield menace to the mix for greater immersion. Turn on electrical power. As soon as we have power, our radio starts. Since this is a low complexity plane, we don't have to tune the radios. All radios receive all stations automatically. Somewhat unrealistic, but a great help. You will hear some ground and tower chatter in the background. Ignore it unless directed at you. Hawk 1-1. Now test the internal cockpit lights by cycling them twice. Press cockpit illumination twice.
Tango Kilo cross 319, full short of 31 center, close 936.
We are on a controlled airfield. Usually, we would now request startup permission from the ground or tarmac controller. This is not required in DCS, but it is still good practice to do so. Press the communications button. From there, navigate as follows. ATC, then Senaki Kolki, then request startup. Once you have received permission, choose Exit to close the communications menu. Press Fire Weapon when done.
Aerodynamics is at 503 this morning. That's okay. Aerodynamics 503, push at your discretion November.
Kolki, Hog 1-1, request startup.
Ground Southwest 3510, 5 to November. 3510, forward 15, Yankee, cross all the 3-1s. Yankee to 4 right, cross all of the 3-1s, Southwest 35. South 411, your company didn't use the left lane out. Just give way to them outbound. They're coming out of the top of the alley now. They're taxi to the gate.
Alright, give way to company Southwest 411.
Before we start the engines, we turn on our strobes and navigation lights so other people and vehicles can keep clear of our jet. Press navigation lights.
Last Yankee 4 right, the company on Yankee will wait for you.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 1 at 1,200.
We are now ready to start the engines. In a low complexity plane, starting the engines is a simple affair. First, however, you must ensure that both throttles are set to idle. Now, either press engines start, this will start both engines, or press engine left start, you will then have to also start the right engine later. Great. Let's wait until both engines have spooled up and their needles have stabilized at 60% RPM and temperature 550 degrees Celsius.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 2 at 1,600.
Runway 4 right, taxi Yankee, cross all the 3-1. Information after turn out to right 3005.
Ground, good morning, Joe. Southwest 3959, push from Bravo 1 with November.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 3 at 1,600.
3005 Oscar, push through Southwest 3959.
Red Lake 380 midway ground from Atlantic on my 4 right taxi. 9770 Mike midway ground runway 4 left. Taxi 0 full short runway 4 right.
Now it's also time to close it. We now set the flaps for takeoff. The A-10A's flaps can have 3 positions: up, maneuver, or landing. We want to set the flaps to maneuver. Unfortunately, this command has a misleading label in DCS A-10A. Press flaps landing position. Note that this will not put the flaps into landing position at 20 degrees, but merely 1 notch below 0 degrees clean configuration to 7 degrees maneuver, which happens to be exactly what we want.
Alright, 7 Mike. Traffic on a 2-mile final cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 4 left, Looker Tower, know when you're ready to go.
Before we start rolling, we need to turn on the taxi lights so we can see where we are going. In A-10A, our landing lights double as taxi lights when they are tilted downwards. We do that by turning on the landing lights, called gear lights, and set them to the down position. Press gear lights twice.
Ground good, morning to 2031, brakes push, Alpha 5, Oscar.
Again, it's good practice to request permission to taxi. To do so, press communication, then choose request taxi to runway. Press weapon fire when ready to continue or to skip this step.
Affirmative.
Okay, Delta 2031, we'll walk 65, 55, and we'll depart to DC4.
You got it.
Cool key. Hog 1-1. Request taxi to runway.
Hazardous weather information. Inspected signal 45 Central valid until 175 right. Persons to Indiana, Illinois. Clear information on West Flight West or Flight Service.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 4
The
at
very first thing to
1,600.
do once we get rolling is to check our brakes. Increase thrust slightly, and as soon as you feel that your hog is moving, reduce thrust to idle and stop the aircraft with your wheel brakes.
Tango Kilo across 31 right, short 31 left. There you go.
Alright, brakes are holding. Release the brakes, set throttles to idle. Now increase throttle slowly until you're moving forward again and roll slowly towards the taxiway at the far end of the tarmac straight ahead of you.
Flight 3802 cross through on center cross through on left hold short of Yankee. Release at or after 15, so about a 10-minute delay.
Good. Turn right using rudder, pick up and follow the solid yellow line. Proceed slowly to runway 09er. Be careful not to enter the runway. Stop in front of the runway threshold. It's usually marked with a line, but not at this airfield. Drive slowly and keep an eye out for other ground traffic. Now hold short off that means stop before, the runway by using wheel brakes and request permission to enter the runway. Press weapon
Infield
fire
1, passing
when you have
waypoint
received
1 at
clearance to
600.
enter the runway.
Delta 2031, if you'd like to cut the corner, you can use Papa 31 right in Yankee.
Alright, Papa, 31 right, Yankee. Delta 2031, thank you.
1-1, unable to clear for takeoff.
Midway ground.
1-1, complete, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.88. Springfield 1, passing waypoint 5 at 1,600.
Well, welcome to flight deck. Ground, Delta 2031, will we be number 1 for forward?
Call key, Hog 1-1, or takeoff.
Waiting for you.
Okay, thank you.
Hog 1-1, taxi to parking area.
Ground, good morning, Southwest 1581, exiting at Sierra Alpha 4
Call
right
key,
for Bravo
Hog 1-1, request
1581,
takeoff.
Taxi Yankee to the gate.
Yankee to the gate,
Hog
Southwest
1-1, call key, you are cleared for takeoff and ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.88.
It's time for some final checks. Are there any red lights? Do we have enough fuel? Are both engines running? Are we pointing in the correct direction, 090? Is the canopy closed? Are our flaps set correctly to 7 degrees? As final preparation, set the landing lights to the straight ahead position. Press gear lights twice. This will cycle them off and then to straight ahead. You are now ready to proceed to the next mission.
Call 3761, 4 right, Echo Kilo, cross the right, run right, control, right, down center.
4 right, Echo Kilo, cross the right,
263802, continue to taxi, trip 4 right, via Yankee.
4 right, left 30.
3761, cross 0 center, cross 0 left, okay.